I love you.
Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. It has been so very long.
Has it?
I don't know. It's not. No, not really. For us, it seems like it. It feels like it. Yeah.
We took a week off.
Yeah. We had vacation. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old couch. You know how it goes. Come on in. Sit on down. I'm the Green Traveler from Gorx.
And I am the Faceless Leone. Thanks for coming and listening. This is a podcast about movies and TV called Green and Faceless on the Couch. Yay!
Yay!
Recently and throughout our podcast, we have been watching the Disney movies.
Sometimes we've just been listening.
Listening.
There've been a few.
Yeah.
There've been a few that have been like, oh, fuck this.
Hey.
Putting a game on.
Yeah, especially during the war era. I mean, you know, there wasn't that much going on.
The three caballeros.
All right, see, that's the good shit from the war era. So
That's all I
it was
remember.
the propaganda. Well, anyhow, this is Lilo and Stitch.
This is how far we've made it.
Yeah, we made it pretty far in. Excuse me.
Yeah. It feels like we're like really close to being done, but in reality, we have like 20 more movies left.
Right? Yeah,
It's crazy.
It doesn't feel like they've made that many movies since then.
Yeah, they started booking it after a certain period.
Yeah, they're like, okay,
They were
we can
just
make
like-
this 3D animation nice and quick and
Yeah.
sloppy.
Hey, look,
And-
now we've got 5 different teams. Let's work on 5 different movies at once and 8 different Marvel movies and 10
Yeah.
different shows.
Yeah. Let's spend all our money.
And then go bankrupt. And then once we fail, everybody loses and the whole world shuts down.
Disney does
Disney.
have that power. So,
We make money.
anyhow,
This episode not brought to you
please-
by Disney.
but please sponsor us. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah, Disney, go down to patreon.com/green and faceless and sponsor us, Disney.
or
And the rest
you
of you
know,
go down to patreon.com/green and faceless and subscribe.
or you know, Disney email me.
Yeah, you could do that too. That'd be
Yeah.
easiest.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm sure you got it. Big Brother and all that. Anyhow,
Right.
we are here to talk about Lilo and Stitch, a movie
Ooh.
that is set in Hawaii. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is really the first like strictly sci-fi.
Like of this playlist that we've done. I think so, fairly enough.
Yeah,
I mean, there have been other movies that have had sci-fi elements.
Right. But I wouldn't have called them sci-fi. Like even the last movie,
Exactly.
Atlantis, I would call
Yeah.
that an adventure movie, an adventure
Yeah,
fantasy.
that's
But-
the most sci-fi
Yeah, right.
before this, honestly.
Right. But this one actually has aliens. One of the title characters is an alien, an
Very near and dear to
experiment.
my heart.
Yeah, I know, right? But me too, because he's also an experiment.
Exactly. that's right.
Experiment
Yeah.
626. This is representation, everyone. Okay?
Yeah, it's really good. This is actually what brought us together. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
I
But,
know.
mean, wouldn't that be nice?
I know everybody was like super excited about like this great Hawaiian exposure, but for us, it was the alien experiment. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody else is relating to Lilo. We're relating to Stitch, and it's not good, guys. First off, they paint him as the villain.
So yeah, that is a great point though to start off with. Like Stitch is the antagonist at points, and then he switches over as he gets to know the family. So
that's another thing about this that's beautiful is, I mean, it's based off of other stories, like, you know, in general, like the story idea is original, but the story itself is original by Chris Sanders and Dean DeBlois.
Chris Sanders is one of the writers
and director. Yeah.
I had no idea. They've also voiced Stitch for those
Yeah.
listening.
Chris Sanders does. Yeah, yeah. And then Chris and Dan DeBois both did the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Is he a voice in
They've
that
done other
too?
stuff,
Does he
but
do all the dragons?
I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah.
Him and Alan Tudyk do all the dragons, along with Tim Curry.
I don't know
So
that.
so
That's not true, but I would love it if it were.
yeah, that would be pretty great. So anyhow, yeah, Stitch is an experiment, and the fact that he exists is illegal according to the Galactic Council,
The Galactic Federation.
the Galactic Federation, and they have arrested his creator, Jumba Jukiba, played by
He's Queltaquan.
yeah, he's a Queltaquan, I guess, but he's a mad scientist. I'm pretty sure he has 4 arms, if I'm not mistaken, but he definitely has like 8 eyes, and he's really
he's got
big and
everything.
kind of he's more stout than tall, but he is really big and strong, and
He's kind of like a small whale with legs.
yeah, he's like if a spider and oh fuck, I'm gonna fuck it up. The potato people from Doctor Who. I was gonna say Centurions, but that's not right.
Sontarans.
Sontarans, yeah. He's like a Sontaran for those who are nerdy enough to get that reference. Okay,
Thank you. Yeah.
David Ogden Steers. He returns.
Ah, yes.
But
Good
now
old
he is
Charles Emerson Winchester III.
he is now one of the main characters, really. So, he's not like a main character, but he's the B plot, really. That's if we call the family stuff that goes on the A plot, which I do because it's Lilo and Stitch.
Exactly.
So, Stitch escapes capture from the Galactic Federation after, Jumbo is forced to admit that he created him. And
yeah, but only him.
Only him, though. I only created him, I swear.
There's not 625 other experiments before him.
Yeah, why would you think the number means anything?
Exactly. It was just a random number. God, I love Jumba.
Yeah, Jumba's great. So they Stitch escapes with a cruiser, and he takes the red one, which is pointed out, and I think that's hilarious. And he somehow crash lands on Earth. And they're like, well, we better go after him. And this big, like, shark alien, he is a giant, for real, a giant. Captain Gontu is who I'm talking about. He's played by Kevin Michael Richardson. And he wants to go in there and just blow up the planet, just let him float in space. He's indestructible. So that's, we can't kill him, but at least he'll be stranded. And then this this other alien who's very thin,
an annoying and skinny little guy.
Yeah, very thin and gangly, and even looks like his head looks like the thing that dangles in the back of your throat. Even
uvula.
Yeah, the
uvula with just a giant ass eyeball right in the center of it.
Just right in the center of it, and right under that, just a slit for his mouth.
And he's voiced by Kevin McDonald, of all people.
Yeah, and it's Agent Pleakley, and he is the expert on Earth. Excuse me, the expert of Earth. He's never actually been there. And he says, you can't blow up the planet. It's a protected planet because the mosquito is an endangered species. And
exactly.
That comes back into play later into the film, and I think that's hilarious.
Well, the mosquito, there's a little more to that. The mosquito is the endangered species,
right?
And humans are their main source of food.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
So you can't blow up the planet because you would be killing all the humans, which would then kill the food source of all of these beloved endangered mosquitoes.
That's right.
God damn, I hate mosquitoes.
The chairwoman, the council, the woman, what's her title again?
Grand Councilwoman, voiced by Zoe Caldwell.
Zoe Caldwell. She sends Pleakley with Jumba because Pleakley knows about Earth and Jumba knows about Experiment 626. They send them to Earth to find Stitch and capture him, take him back, whatever, and do it quietly. Well, they're not doing a very good job at the quietly part, but Stitch winds up faking to be a dog and getting adopted by Lilo.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about Lilo and Nani?
Yeah, Lilo is played by Davy Chase, or Davy Chase, and Nani, her older sister, is played by Tia Carrere, and their mother recently passed. I think maybe their dad too. I can't remember both of them.
Yeah, I don't get to know exactly what happened to the parents, but they're both,
which is good. Like, that's totally fine. We don't need to like have too much in depth. We just know that Nani, the older sister, is just crazy stressed out trying to raise her younger sister, Lilo, who it's kind of implied is probably on the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, she's very eccentric.
Definitely that.
Gets a lot of kind of abuse from her classmates. She doesn't really fit in well with her classmates. Right. They don't really socialize with her. And it really just, she's really just in a sad little bubble, her own little world. Whereas like she's estranged from her peers, estranged from her sister, who's just trying to make it by, keep this family up together. The only problem is once she gets Stitch, once they adopt this crazy, just absolutely wild, more koala than dog creature. Well, just havoc starts to ensue because Jumba and Pleakley are trying to capture Stitch.
Yeah.
And Stitch is trying to evade them because he's very smart. And he's like, that, the ultimate weapon.
Yeah. And then on top of all that, you got Cobra Bubbles, which is the best name for a social worker ever.
Yep. Cobra Bubbles coming in.
Played by Ving Rhames. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah, Ving Rhames.
He
Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah. He's trying to do what's best for Lilo, and he always shows up at the worst moments, especially this day that they knew that he was supposed to visit. At the very least, Nina did. And Lilo gets in a altercation, we'll say, with some friends, and then nails up the house and just makes it so that Nina can't get in, and then says all these terrible things while Bubbles is there. Just like checking all the boxes of, hey, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Right.
Like almost intentionally.
Oh my God.
And, and this obviously, once Bubbles is gone, really upsets Nina, and they're sisters, so they do tussle a little bit, but they do make it clear that there is a nurturing relationship here, and that Nina really wants to help Lilo, and she knows it would just be worse for her if she leaves. And that's really
exactly
the biggest part of this movie. And she gets the dog Stitch because she thinks that Lilo needs something to pour her energy into, because otherwise she just gets into mayhem for no reason.
And also she needs a friend.
She needs a friend. Yes, very badly. Stitch is he is mayhem. That he was literally designed for that, because Goomba's ridiculous. Jumba.
What'd you call him?
I said Goomba.
Goomba.
His face does kind of look like a Mario Goomba.
Kind of, yeah. A little bit. But yeah, it's adorable, and I think that's, as you said, that's one of the more important aspects to realize is a lot of times when you see this situation where there's like child services involved,
right?
Outside of the movie, as the audience, you're kind of like nah, it would be better if you guys got split up.
Right.
Because, in most of these movie situations, it actually is harmful where both, characters involved are at. And the movie's trying to make it feel otherwise. Whereas in this situation, Lilo really does need that older sister.
Yeah.
Like, she really does need her family to function. And without her family, she would just fall apart. She would just, withdraw from the world.
Yeah.
And I think the movie does a really good job at showing that. And
right. That brings us to Moana, which
Ohana.
Moana is
a different movie. We'll get to it.
Yeah, there it is. What the fuck? Ohana. Why did I forget that? I would go around literally doing Stitch's voice and saying that line to people.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure what else I don't want to talk about more plot necessarily.
No, not really. Like, the plot is really, again, it's not much that's new, but it's such a beautiful and fun story nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really
beautifully
fresh.
Executed.
Yeah. Especially for Disney, especially for what's recently been going on. Like, I mean, the last few films have been fun and I've enjoyed them, but this one just feels more...
There's a lot more heart in this one.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot more emotion and feeling, and like watching Stitch, Stitch is created as this ultimate chaos.
Yeah.
But like once he finds a family, even though he's still chaos, he slowly starts to get tempered. Yeah. And it's just like watching him like fall in love and like realize, it just kind of, forces that implication. It's like, we're not all born evil.
Right.
It's how we're raised that can shape us.
Yeah, exactly. And I also always took it as an allegory for pit bulls and other bully breed dogs. Like, it's not the dog, it is how the dog is treated.
Yeah, you give them the right loving and they'll become a good friend.
Yes.
And I fucking love this movie, man. And the animation is great too. Like, there's a good reason why certain products of Disney, I mean, one, it made money, but it also like other classic Disney films that got TV shows and sequels and everything, so did this one. And I grew up on the show. I remember watching that show daily. It was so much fun. Went on apparently for 2 seasons. We looked it up. It was like 65 episodes or something like that.
Right, but they did do reruns a decent amount, but and then it got to the point where they stopped like rerunning the Aladdin show so much. And that was the one that they would rerun. And I was like, but I loved Aladdin. I like this show, but give me Homer Simpson as the genie. Come on.
No, I really enjoy the creating new experiments for the show. Like, that was one of my favorite things as a kid, was just like designing what I would think of as like, it's like they could look like this or whatever. Like, I love the little designs of Stitch's family.
I did the same thing with Bionicles. I drew.
Oh, nice. Hell
Bionicles. Yeah.
Yeah. About Bionicles. I tried to get into those.
Drew one that looked like one. A lot like the devil, but like, his thing is fire, and he even had like a pitchfork and everything. And my stepmom that I've mentioned on the show before, who is hyper religious, made my dad give me a talk about it, and I was like, it's just a drawing.
How dare you even get close to letting the devil into your body? What is wrong with you?
So back to Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
There's a lot of like little great things, like all of the different alien species that are on the ship and on the Federation. All that is just super great. And then the way that the animators treat the location is also awesome.
Oh,
like, Hawaii is beautiful in the film. Like, they don't go to too many nature spots. Like, they do some surfing a lot of beach
Right.
time. There is this one time where they do go across the whole island a couple of times because Stitch's thing is to find the largest populated area and destroy it and steal everyone's left shoe. But they on her like little tricycle thing, they go like 20 miles an hour across town back and forth and always coming to the edge of the ocean, which his one weakness is he can't swim. Is water. And so she says something like, it's nice to be on a small island with no major cities. It's peaceful here. And he just like he's like frothing at the mouth. He's so upset about it.
Yeah, it's a good shit.
Yeah.
I also like
that.
It's also nice though. It's pretty refreshing in that there really is no villain. Like the villains aren't actually villainous. They can be easily talked into being like, oh, it's like
they're antagonists.
There's still a lot of tension,
but
exactly, they're antagonists. They're just not villainous.
Yeah. So for that reason, it's less melodramatic.
Yeah,
it is a
but
little
still
bit
very
more grounded.
tense.
Yes, it can be very tense. that is true.
Because you're worried the whole time that when all of this shit is hitting the fan at the end, and like all the catastrophes are happening, you're worried the whole time about the ultimate tension, which is Nani and Lilo being separated. So it's like they do a great job of setting up, the importance of family and the connection of family.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
Yeah, all around, it's a fucking fun film. Like,
right.
I don't know what else to say. Like, go watch it. If you haven't seen it, for whatever reason, go watch it.
So
if you have seen it,
statement,
go watch it again. Yeah, it is my closing statement. I actually give this one 5 stars. It's like, this is just a really fun fucking film. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then there's David, who we didn't even talk about.
Oh, yeah. David is Nani's potential boyfriend. And he is a very nice guy, and Nani is really into him, but she's like, I can't do these two things right now.
Yeah.
And David's great because he's like, no, I'm willing to do these things with you. He loves Lilo as well. So he's great. That's a great character. Thanks for bringing him up. Who plays David?
Jason Scott Lee, which, by the way, they're apparently going to be making a live action of Lilo and Stitch. It's been in the work for a while, but who knows if it's actually going to happen. But both Tia Carrere as Nani and Jason Scott Lee as David are apparently returning, and so is Chris Sanders as the voice of Stitch, so that's kind of cool.
That is cool. So, I don't think they're going to get Davy Chase to do Lilo again.
Yeah, something tells me that that's not going to work out.
They were a child at the time, right? Well, also she's like, she's a very young white person. I don't think that would work out.
Yeah, that doesn't work that
well. So there was one thing before I say my closing statement. Did you notice on your watch that they did an edit over the years? They've done an edit to the film. There's this time where Lilo climbs out of a pizza box that she was hiding in when Nani was searching for her because she did something that she was in trouble for.
Yeah.
Originally, Lilo came out of the dryer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they changed that for sure. Me and my wife noticed that.
Good.
We're like, I'm pretty sure she came out of the dryer. And I'm pretty sure there was also a scene in one of the montages when Stitch was in the dryer while it was running. And that didn't even happen. Yeah.
Jesus.
But that could be a false memory. But we both remembered her coming out of the dryer in the
Hey, I mean, it's also possible that was part of the show, maybe.
That is true. But definitely this shot, though. You could tell if you looked close enough that the pizza box was overlaid.
Yeah, I believe you 100%, which makes me wonder how many kids died due to Lilo and Stitch.
But is it due to Lilo and Stitch? Come on.
It's got to be if they felt forced to change it.
I don't know. Anyhow, it just takes, one kid to make it into the news. That's all it takes. It really only takes one, but you never hear about the other 60,000 that happened. That's probably a lot. 6,000, 2,000, 1. Okay. I give it a 5.5. It's a great movie. Like the Green Traveler said, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Duh.
Yeah. Just do it.
No worries.
Just do it.
All right. Should we do this?
Hakuna Matata. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, everybody, if it felt dry. Again, this is our come back to it after vacation. We're both very relaxed. We're very
we are
zen.
I feel
peace.
like we had more of a discussion this time than we do sometimes. Sometimes it's just cracking jokes and stuff. But there was actually some meat to talk about this movie, and I think we did talk about all the points I would have wanted to talk about. Yeah,
I don't eat meat, but I'm about to cook some stuff in the oven. I'm very excited for it.
I'm excited for you. I got to go do some grocery shopping.
Yeah, I got that out of the way. I got to clean up the house, got to watch a movie.
Got to watch a movie.
Got to enjoy the rest of the last day of my vacation,
Yeah, of course.
It's wonderful.
Please do enjoy that.
Then I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Please do enjoy it. Yeah, that sucks.
I hate having to make money.
I know.
Who invented this lifestyle? Fucking capitalism. Piece of shit.
Anyhow. Let's close the show.
I'm the Green Traveler from Gorx.
And I'm the Faceless Leone. Safe travels and good night.